Who am I? Part 1 हो गया था हमारा. So I have given one statement in the last 3 or 4 days messages कि एक ट्रैफिक जाम है और एक बंदा one guy is traffic signal लाल पड़ा है and one guy has even before the signal comes हरा signal आ जाता है before the green signal comes he starts off. It happened right adjacent to me, and he bumped onto another vehicle who were actually ideally coming in a right way, another direction, and he bumped onto another vehicle and he got into a fight with him. Now I wanted you to support him with your statements. How will you support?
The guy who is doing the wrong thing.
The guy who is doing a wrong thing, जो wrong signal break करके बोलो.
Maybe you would like us to support him.
Support him. Yes.
I will support him.
Yeah.
Maybe he was in a rush to go to a hospital.
Okay, number 1. Next. Or తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే రెడ్ సిగ్నల్ పడింది కానీ ఆ అబ్బాయి ముందుకు వెళ్ళిపోయాడు గ్రీన్ సిగ్నల్ పడకముందే అండ్ పక్కన ఐడియల్గా వస్తున్న దారిలో అతన్ని డాష్ చేశాడు అండ్ ఫైట్ పెట్టుకున్నాడు అనమాట. ఏమైనా ఫైట్ ఈజ్ అడాస్టీ హౌ ఈజ్ ది ఫైటింగ్ నో రోడ్డు నీ బాబుది అనుకున్నావా అంటే ఈజ్ ఫైటింగ్ ఐ వాజ్ సీయింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద కార్ యాక్చువల్లీ ఏంట్రా నువ్వు తిట్ట నీ तेरा बाप का रोड है क्या ही इज फाइटिंग. एक्चुअली मुंबई में ऑटो वाले से वन डिस्कशन आई वाज हियरिंग आई वाज इन मुंबई टू ऑटो वाला जब भी झगड़ा होता है ना पहला अटैक हमारा होना चाहिए. हाँ पहले अपन गलती हमारा हो या नहीं पहले अपन को मार देना चाहिए. दैट्स हाउ इट वाज. सो आई विल टेल यू व्हाई आई एम आस्किंग दिस क्वेश्चन. हाउ विल यू सपोर्ट. वन इज Vijay Bhaskar Prabhuji has mentioned that he is
not in a rush to go to hospital. Because he's fighting like that.
He's not even any.
How else you can support these?
You don't have multiple options. Only one option. You have to give opportunity for other devotees also. You should give only one reason. No, you should tell one reason. You already told one reason. One reason you told hospital. Okay. Now others.
He himself was a police officer.
Oh, he himself was a police officer. Okay.
कुछ भी हो तो हो गया. He is right.
Never
Very powerful person.
Very personal. Very politically okay. Okay.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah. That can be. Yeah. Cameras are not there. Okay. So no one will see. Okay.
He doesn't care of rules.
It doesn't care of rules. Yes. So all these are reasons. But I was just when I was seeing it has just happened in front of my eyes actually, just 4-5 days back. So I was just thinking. So there were so many people behind the red signal along with me. There are so many other almost 25 to 30 vehicles were there behind me who were strictly following rules and they were waiting for the proper green signal to come and then start off. And this guy who was independent or who was wanted to break the rule, right? So I think already we have discussed in the first part of who am I, that we have come here. Why we have come here into this material world? Because we didn't wanted the rules, regulations or the happiness what we were getting when we were there with him, with the ultimate, and we didn't like the freedom or the superior all the attention going to a god, and I'm not getting any attention. That kind of a mentality when it comes now, since we wanted that, he has sent us here. So that
But here we have more regulations.
very good. Yes. Well, still we are here, Prabhu. But you know what? Still we are having that propensity of not following the rules, because in the actual Goloka or in the Vaikuntha Loka there are no rules, because we have left in eternity where we lived there where there were no rules at all. That's why we don't like rules. Even when the red signal falls, we stop. But somewhere thoda inconvenience to rehta hai. Yes or no? Please accept wholeheartedly. No, इधर कोई छुपने की बात नहीं. Because
We are just counting the red.
कब जाएगा. Actually, one Madhavi Mataji was there in Vihanga. I don't know how many of you know. Madhavi Mataji openly told, yesterday only I broken one red signal like this. She openly told me. Yes, ma'am, that's okay. But the thing is, we should follow rules. With that kind of nature, we were having. We got that nature and we came here. We followed because we wanted to be away from Krishna. That is the reason why we came here. And this is the place what he has created for us to transform. to get transformed. Lot of people feel happiness, and as we already discussed about the nature of a soul, Sat Chit Ananda. Sat, what is Sat? Sat, not true, eternal. Chit, no, fully knowledgeable. Chit means fully knowledgeable, full conscious. Ananda, blissful, happiness, eternal happiness. This is the nature of a soul. This is the nature of a soul. Can anyone be without happiness? Can anyone plan a day not being happy? I mean, when we, for example, kids are going to school. Yeah, आज तो PT period है, हम खेलेंगे बहुत. अगर वो teacher absent हो जाती तो अच्छा होता. हम हो. That's what we used to do in Kendriya Vidyalaya. When any teacher is absent, we used to take the first ranker guy, and we used to ask the other teacher, teacher will go to PT ground and play. No, first rank को ले जाते थे. First rank बंदे को ले जाके खड़ा करते थे. That's what I mean to say is, our eternal soul nature is to be eternally happy. No one will plan a day without being happiness. Like, as we say, morning brush करते वक्त आज मैं बहुत लोगों से मार खाऊंगा. ऐसा कुछ सोचते हैं क्या कोई? No, नहीं ना. The point is, everyone plan for a happiness because that is their original nature. And even we discussed about a point why we have that nature of, though we see lot of people passing away from in our community or in our society, but still we will not plan. अरे एक दिन हमको भी ये आएगा करके सोच के हम प्लान नहीं करते जीवन को. क्यों? क्योंकि though body is temporary but the soul is permanent. That is the thing which propagates us to think that way. Does it make sense, or is it logical or not?
Makes sense.
That is the reason. Well, see, only what is it? Usually, whenever in Kantashala Bhagavad Gita, Vansansi Jirnani, that Gita poem only we listen when someone passes away. Am I right? Have you heard any time other than that thing? No, right? Vasamsi Jirnani or they know.
We correlate as soon as we hear, that means
But that means that only. As if we have to hear only when someone passes away. Right? Vasamsi Jirnani Yata Vihaya. They knows mean Yata they. I mean, only that time only we hear this kind of thing. But we never think that one day we will be getting it. One day we have to face it. We can't avoid it. I'm sorry. Already we have seen in the first session. We can't avoid it. But we will be living a way that we are going to eternally live here. Okay? Due to the nature of the soul, what is there within us, which is permanent. Okay. So anyway, we have seen a lot of. Okay. Where we were? I think we will continue the session. Okay. So we have where did we left? I think we have left. I think we have left it here. So we have seen all these things like a soul. When we have a capacity of doing a astral body travel as well. Messengers from hellish planets also. I think we have seen the example last time, where when we have discussed. I don't want to again dwell it here. That a person. These are facts that at the fag end of our life, when we are about to leave our body, we will see images of Yamadutas or Vishnu Dutas. And this is the picture drawn by a patient who was about to leave his body, and he was afraid of seeing some images before he died, and he was not in a situation to tell his wife and daughter, and they stay nearby our community only in Khajagoda. And daughter asked him to draw the picture of what he is seeing, and he has drawn this. So these are the Yamadutas, what he has seen. Okay, a rough picture. So that is truth. That And it's not only Yamadutas, even they see the images of their loved ones who have left their bodies very long years back. Even actually, personally, I have seen in the case of my grandmother who has passed away 2 years back. She was, she was seeing Uchavaya, Bhavnavaya. She was talking to my grandfather who left 4-5 years back. Left 5. I have personally seen that. So these things are for true messengers from hellish planets, please true. That's what we have seen. Now from here we need to continue. So intelligent people conclude there is existence of life beyond this material body. So it's not the matter that only devotees will be thinking like that. At least the platform or the forum, whatever we have here, do you feel that there is a life beyond this material body? Anyone who says that there is no life beyond material body? At least do you feel, or do you know? Huh? Yen Prabhuji? Ninne. Do you feel there is a life beyond this material body? Or is it a very complex question? Huh? There are some things which are not taught in my school. Like that you feel?
You ask him in a different way. Is there any flower and Yavanam is there, Vardhakam is there, you ask him.
What is it?
It's next stage. Stage of life is there.
Is there? Okay. Okay, now you are in childhood, right? Now you are in childhood, right?
Yeah.
After some time, you will be going to teenage.
Yeah.
Right? What is teenage?
When we become wisdom
Huh.
and elder.
Elder, okay. And after teenage, what comes?
Wisdom.
Okay. Okay, childhood, teenage, and grahastha. That is, you will be married. You will be a married person someday.
Yeah.
Yes, you will marry, right?
Yeah. After that part.
You will marry, right?
Yeah.
Are you sure you will marry? So yes, that's as similar to a body. How many of you believe that our body changes every 7 years? Every 7 years, each and every cell in our body gets replaced. Do you know that? Scientifically, it's not something spiritual on what I'm talking about.
This is a scientific fact.
Yes, it's a scientific fact. Every 7 years, our body cells and everything changes. Body cells and everything changes, and that's how in the same body you move from childhood to teenage to elder person, then old man, then much more older, and then leaves. So the journey continues. How many of the schools teaches that you will be having a rebirth? Do you believe in rebirth? Others? Are you sure? Pakka? Huh? 50-50. Why not 100? Who told you? How if someone asks that, do you believe in rebirth? You will say, yes, I believe in rebirth. But how will you say? When someone, how can you tell someone asks? How will you say? Because my dad told me.
No one asks.
No one asked. No, someone asks.
If you have any needs which you have not finished
Hmm.
now, and if you want to finish them, you will come back.
Yes. Yeah, that actually, it's not the matter that it is only told in Vedas. It is scientifically proven. It is something recently it is proven that there are rebirths. Can you believe it? There are departments. I think already, I don't know how many of you have seen Ian Stevenson's video which I told you. There is a separate department of rebirth and incarnation department, and the head of the department was Ian Stevenson. Now 2009 or 2011 he has left his body. He has scientifically proven, and there are so many cases that there were rebirths, and there are some people who remember their past lives, who can remember their past lives. Good that science has found out only to a fact that humans taking rebirth as humans, but in Shastras it is mentioned that humans can not only take rebirth as humans but also can take rebirth as animals also. And science has probably till now has not proved that. I think at one stage they will prove that also. Science has just a couple of decades only they proved that there is rebirth, there is reincarnation, but our Shastras have told long way back. Okay, so yeah. So intelligent people conclude that there is the existence of life beyond this material body. Now, This is the beginning of spirituality. Are there any other questions you have or doubts you have where you don't believe that there is a life beyond this material body? Anyone? Unfortunately, our syllabus, our education has not taught this kind of spiritual education due to whatever, to prove ourselves as secular or something like that. This education is not taught. But do you feel 100%? Because if you can't, with 100% conviction, if you can't accept that there is a life beyond this material body, it's very difficult to continue or move forward. Okay? And as it said, this is the beginning of spirituality. So material person thinks that material, that's all, and enjoy. Antar kada, anubhavinchu raja. That's the only, because if he thinks that, there might be some people who might be saying that, Prabhu ji, मैं नॉन डिवोटी हूँ, मैं मर रहा हूँ, आप डिवोटी हो, आप भी मर रहे हो, क्या है डिफरेंस? फाइनली एक ही तो है डेस्टिनेशन, डिवोटी भी मर रहा है, नॉन डिवोटी भी मर रहा है. Have you heard this kind of comments? Or did you get this kind of a doubt? That smoke also will die. What is it? Then smoke and die, no? They enjoy and die.
Who don't smoke actually their age is
Lesser.
age is
Lesser.
lesser.
This also I heard. When I was, his name was Sharavanan Srinivasan. In Chennai, surely in Infosys Chennai, when I was working, he was my team lead. Sharavanan. He was a chain smoker, double chain smoker. I don't know if any word kind of that is there, but chain smoker.
Drinking is more popular. If you drink every day,
You will live longer. Anyway, so that kind of philosophy is also there. Okay, but this question, whether you might have got it, or some people around you might have asked this, right? आप डिवोटी हो, आप ही मर रहे हो, मैं नॉन डिवोटी हूँ, मैं भी मर रहा हूँ. Then what is the difference? Did you get this doubt? Or do you feel this is a genuine doubt? Yes? Yes or no? Yes. Now, how many of you seen cat? Lift your hands. Okay. Advika, have you seen cat? Now, you might have seen cat. Now tell me, have you seen an instance when cat catches a rat? Not in pictures, in reality. In reality, has anyone seen while cat catching a rat? Okay, Mayank Prabhu, Roshni Mataji, Adya Mataji, anyone else? Not picture. I am not talking about picture. I am talking about a case where in reality, in real time, have you seen? What happened?
Creating space.
Yeah. So, how many of you seen in real time? Though not in picture or movies. In real time, have you seen cat catching a rat? Roshni Mataji, Adya Mataji, anyone else? In reality, you have seen cat catching a rat. Now, how many of you have seen cat catching its kitten, when small baby? Huh? Only Shailja Mataji, Mayank Prabhu. Only two? Ritika Mataji? See? Great. Now, with the same teeth, a small cat is being caught by her mother. And with the same teeth, a rat is caught. What is the difference? Actually, you know what? Rat doesn't die due to the sharp teeth of cat. With the fear of that catch itself, it dies at all. Can you imagine? I mean, you might have seen, right? Actually, sometimes who are weak-hearted, actually, especially for weak-hearted, I'm basically a fast driver, car driver. A lot of people have experienced. But the thing is, when you drive, you know for sure that accident is going to happen. But before the accident happens itself, some people die. Actually, you are going to face it, and before it itself, with the fear itself, people die. Bhayo chabutundi. Actually, in the rat's case, it's okay, leave that after catching it will tear and eat. That's a different thing. But the moment when it catches, right, at that time itself, rat dies at all. It's not a funny thing, actually. It's not a funny thing. So, actually, Shastras and senior Acharyas say this, that death of a devotee is like a cat catching the kitten. And Death of a non-devotee is like cat catching a rat. It's the same act. The same act. But have you seen kitten? Kuchu, 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 like that. What wonderfully, I mean, it really very wonderful, lovely scene to see actually. Actually, devotees are not afraid of death. Devotees are not afraid of death. Actually, they are prepared. One day we have to face it. Now, they are prepared of the final goal. I mean, Srila Prabhupada says that, whole life is a preparation and death is an examination. And how many people will die with that consciousness? They invent that. Actually, they are not worried. We will face it. And leave about devotees, leave about what about acharyas who have been spending 24/7 preaching the message of God. God personally takes care of them. Did it answer for the question what I just posted? That devotee bhi marega, non-devotee bhi marega. Maro. Did it answer? So that is the reason why spiritual practices are very important. And if I say in our corporate life there are some goal is there and you have a process to finish a project, you have certain process. Similarly, for spiritual life enlightenment, there are some process. For sure, for 6 months continuously, early morning before sunrise, if you are able to finish your 16 rounds of chanting, and after bathing and chanting, your life and your way of looking the things would change. If I tell, surely you will change. You will see the change within. There is no need to do tam. You will observe the change within yourself. Follow the 4 regulative principles. Do chanting 16 rounds before the sunrise, after a bath. Then for 6 months, if you do, you will surely change. The change will be inner bliss. You can't. It is inexplicable. What is the meaning of inexplicable? What is the meaning of what is the meaning of inexplicable? पता है नहीं? Inexplicable. रेहान बहुत दिन के बाद दिख रहे हो. What is the meaning of inexplicable? आया नहीं वो word कभी तक? Okay. Inexplicable means which we can't explain in words. Inexplicable. Okay. So that's how it is. Now, middle person thinks that matter, that's all, and enjoy. That's what in Telugu lot of things are there. Anubhavinchu Raja, unnadi okate jindagi mama, enjoy madi. That's the fund of materialistic thinking. Now, intelligent person knows there is the life beyond death and he prepares for the same. Intelligent person thinks about the ultimate goal and he prepares for the same. But our education, middle education only teaches that. Shanti, me mama. The thing is, intelligent person thinks about the life, ultimate goal, and he prepares for that. But what is our goals? Generally, who are not spiritually inclined people, what are their goals? Please. Okay, I wanted last 4 Matajis who are sitting in sofa to tell what are the general goals of materialistic people who are not spiritually inclined. నా కొడుకుని బాగా చదివించాలి, నా కూతుర్ని బాగా పెళ్లి చేసి సాగనంపాలి, ప్రాబ్లీ రోషిని మాతాజీ. और मर्सिडीज बेंज आड़ी होता मेरे बच्चे को आदर्श को यूएस भेजना. यूएस you like US? I like that. US. Similarly, there are a lot of things are like that. There are a lot of materialistic things. When UK going, US going, my daughter good marriage, alludu manchodu ravali, kodalu manchiga ravali. Now it is another issue. It's not only alludu, these days even kodalu. ఎవరు ఉండకూడదు, తల్లిదండ్రులు మనకొద్దు, మనం ఒంటరిగా మన ఫ్యామిలీ మనమే ఉందాం. I don't want parents. I want only my husband, me, mere kids. Bas. I don't want parents. Car undali. These are the goals. Actually, nothing wrong about thinking like that because our education is providing that only. Our middle education, CBSE, Central School, ICSE, state syllabus are showing that only. These are the goals what we need to keep for growth. to grow. That's what it is showing. So intelligent person knows that there is a life beyond death and prepares for the. Actually, funny part is a lot of people even don't know the goal of life. Do you accept? I think I don't want to repeat this. I already told you. I think I think some elders, they can give an assignment to the kids actually one day. One day you can give an assignment to the kids. Actually, uncle, we are preparing a project in our school that our madam asked to take the interview from interview for all the residents, and they can prepare a questionnaire, some 5 questions. What is the goal of life? What is most important in our life? Like there's 4 to 5 questions if you can frame and ask kids to be sent to the community to take the survey.
For taking the goal for these children, no, there is a class. There is a teacher is there who earns more than 3,000 rupees for
Yes.
What is your goal? Goal
Yeah. No, actually.
At our childhood, no, there is no goals.
Yes.
No, even I want to become doctor. They used to send to school, used to study, that's all.
Yes.
BSc become like that.
Yeah, and even if you go one generation before, lot of people, farmers especially, they used to send their kids to for grazing the cows, goats. My mama, they used to graze the goats, and we used to have cows. We used to send. Actually,
Now, new generation, if the boy wants now, they will think of IIT and.
That's it. Yeah.
But still, Prabhuji, okay, I want to go for an Mercedes Benz, I had Rolex, I had Rolls Royce, yeah, 1 million pounds I had. Then you think, what is this man? That is also one stage where you will think you have done all the things that you wanted to do. Now you think, what is man? That stage also self-actualization.
Haven't know, but that's what actually, if you are spiritually intelligent, I mean, see, each person will be having his own journey. His own journey would be there, and we need to grasp things when the situation is given to us. I mean, at least we need to, whether there is a reality or not. I mean, last week, Keshavananda Prabhu, he was a doctor, by the way. I don't know how many of you attended the session. He's one of the most popular devotees in ISKCON society, Keshavananda Das. He has come to Bhakti Center last week. And is wonderful. Actually, the way he tells is, he starts with a negativity and he proves a point. I really like his lectures actually. Anyway, we are debating a bit here. So intelligent person knows that there is a life beyond death and prepares for the same. So we need to really understand what is the life and what is the goal of life.
Here, intelligent people, they think of keeping more money for rest of the life.
Yes.
To be happy.
Yes. Prabhuji.
After 60th year.
Yes.
No,
after 6 years, that money it will be useful for them to live happily. Actually, Prabhuji, my uncle, my dad's colleague, my dad's superior.
Even if I say like that, I also do the same thing.
Those are the different goals. I think there are different type of goals.
Yes.
One is materialistic
Yes.
goal and then spiritual goal.
After you achieve all the materialistic
Goal,
goals,
you have to.
you will get this question.
It's very difficult, bro. You know what? It's very difficult when you, for all the while, for 50 to 60 years, you are thinking about materialistic goals and completely achievement is done, and suddenly spiritual goals, it will never happen. It will never happen. Yes. Yeah. No, Mataji, actually, a lot of people think that way what Vijay Bhaskar Prabhu told. It's not right. That's what I'm saying. Actually, a lot of people think that, 50, 60 years ago, baga sampadichi pillalki baga koodabetukunnaka, we will do bhajan. But it's very, even if you sit in bhajan, no.
And also there will be no energy Prabhuji at that time.
Really, Mataji. Really, there will be no energy.
We should do it afterwards. But what I'm saying is, whatever goals you have, once you achieve them, still there will be a void.
Still there will be void, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
But the thing is, Prabhuji, what in addition to that, more than that, we need to have spiritual goals. Priority should be given more to the spiritual goals rather than. I am not saying that you should not do well in your job. I am not saying that I love God, so I don't care about my kids. I am not saying you should perform all the responsibilities, but spiritual responsibility is the highest. That's what it says. Savai pumsam yato dharma. Savai pumsam yato dharma sorry punsam yato dharma adho bhakshit adhokshaje ahetuki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. So the ultimate dharma is to do the devotional service to the Lord. Other responsibility, it doesn't say that you should not perform other responsibilities. You need to perform the responsibility of father, you need to perform the responsibility of mother, all the responsibilities you need to provide, but ultimate, the higher responsibility is to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so if we move ahead, yeah. This is the first teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna starts with this. Let us repeat this sloka. Dehinosmin yata dehe. Dehinosmin yatha dehe. Kaumaram yavvanam jara. Kaumaram yavvanam jara. Tatha dehantar praptir. Tatha dehantar praptir. Dhirastatra namuhyati. Dhirastatra namuhyati. Dhira means a sober person. Dhira means sober person. He is not bewildered by such change. Sober person or a wise person is not bewildered by that change. What is that change? What is that change? Right. What is that change? That change is embodied soul continuously passes in this body from boyhood to youth, youth to old age, and the soul similarly passes into another body at death. It's a journey. In your own existing body, you are seeing boyhood to teenage, teenage to grahastha to old age. After old age, again in another body, boyhood, childhood. That's the change he is talking about. So, sober person or intelligent person is not very much bewildered by that. But who is not having this knowledge, it's not that we are making fun of that people, Prabhuji, but we need to understand, at that situation we need to give our shoulder to solace them. It's not to make fun of them. Okay? Yeah. Next one is, scientists are researching and speculating and finally they will come to conclusion which are already there in Bhagavad Gita. So why wait for post-dated check to come back? Now, 10 or 20 years back only it was proven that there is a rebirth, reincarnation. But before that there was no scientific proof. But in Shastras it is already mentioned that there is reincarnation, there is for sure. Na Samiranga Kachita Punarjanma Undi. Kani scientists, as I said, they have only proven that human life will be taking other human. They, at some point in the future, they might even prove that humans can take even birth as animals also. But in Shastras, it is already mentioned, if you are too much attached to a house, na illu, na property, na illu, na phat. Agar kokka gano, pilli gano, pakkan padtadu. No, that is not the consciousness with which we need to pass away from our body. Okay? Now, why in spite of this knowledge we don't realize we are the soul? So Arjuna says, okay, shall we repeat? Time is there, yeah, we'll repeat. So, yeah, repeat. Arjuna Vacha. Prakritim Purusham Chaiva. Kshetram Kshetrajnam Evacha. Etad Vedutum Ichhami. Jnanam Gneyam Cha Keshava. Oh my dear Krishna, I wish to know about Prakriti, that is nature, and Purusha, the enjoyer, and the field and knower of the field and of knowledge and the object of the knowledge. Very confusing, right? Is it? Is it confusing? Lift your hands who got confused. Super, yeah, very nice. I like the sincerity. Nice. So to understand this, let us see the next sloka, what Krishna answers. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha
Idam Shariram Kaunteya
Idam Shariram Kaunteya
Kshetram iti Kshetram iti abhidhiyate
Kshetram iti abhidhiyate
Etadyo vetitam prahuhu
Etadyo vetitam prahuhu
Kshetrajna iti tadvida.
Kshetrajna iti tadvida.
This body, O son of Kunti, is called the field. This body, O son of Kunti, is called the field. How many of your parents are farming or a farmer? Or your parents or grandparents have been farmers? Everyone? Only 4 or 5 hands are getting lifted. Okay, everyone. So I think farmer will be having a field, right? So similarly, field, yes or no? In మీ తాత దగ్గర కూడా ఉందా? వెరీ గుడ్ అమ్మా, మంచిది. Now, is called the field, and one who knows this body is called the knower of the field. Now, your tata was having that land, right? He knows about that land, right? Other person might not know, right? About that field. In that field, what kind of crop I need to put. It will be better for my field. Your tata will be knowing better because he has been taking care of the field for a long time. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right? He will be knowing it better, more than others. Yes or no? Yes or no? क्यों सन्नाटा है? Yes. Now, similarly, your body, about your body, which is called kshetra. Kshetra means our body. Kshetrajna means the knower of the body. आपके body को के बारे में किसको पता होगा? हमको पता होगा. Yes or no? Yes sir. Sir, right? Are you with me? Are we all on the same page? Kshetra means our body. Kshetragra means the knower who knows about our body. That we know about our body. Yes or no? Right. Because the body nature is known to us only. Like for example, my wife researches more on that because she not only knows about her body, she knows about my body and my kids' body also. Vata, yours is Vata body, mine is Pitta body. So you need to take this, should not take that. Like that, she gives everything. Whatever is good for me, she gives. Sometimes what is good for me, she doesn't take. Because since mine is some Vata or Pitta body, she gives certain things only to me. So the knower of the body is you or only 1 or 2 people. Probably you might be knowing more about the Kshetra, about your kids at the max. But about Kshetra and Kshetrajna, not only you, but there is another personality who knows about your body. Who is that? Who is that? Huh? Who is that?
The maker.
Huh?
The maker.
Who is that maker of the body? Yes, Paramatma. So Paramatma is another knower of the body. Now the different, you know about your body alone, and that is Kshetrajna. That is, you know about your body. You are the Kshetrajna, and even the Paramatma is also Kshetrajna. Now, Paramatma greatness is he not only knows about your body, but he knows about the bodies of all the living entities. Does it make sense? Does it answer? Right. Okay. So now, what is our body consisting of? Have anyone thought about it? What is our body consisting of? It's a scientific question. It's not a spiritual question. Water, okay.
Fire. Internal organs.
Internal organs. Fire, 5 elements. Panchatattva. Air, yes. Anything else? That's it. Now, it is explained in Bhagavad Gita.
Soil.
How many? Field of activity. It is the field of activity is body, kshetram. The Vedic hymns and the aphorisms of the Vedanta Sutra, the components of this world can be understood as follows. So field of activity is body, kshetram. That's what I told. Now, what does it consist? As Roshni Mataji mentioned, 5 elements of nature. That is earth, water, fire, air and ether. We are fine with this? Is that only it? What our body consists of? Anything else? Okay, no, Paramatma is the external element. We will talk. I am talking only about our body. Now, second list is, it also contains 3 things: false ego, intelligence, mind. What is false ego? Have you heard about this term anytime? False ego. Aham kara. What is the meaning of aham kara? Aham kara.
I am doing.
Come, Jabir,
Kalma?
Garvam. Garvam of what? Aham kara. What is the meaning of aham kara? It is Sanskrit word. I think easy. No. Aham kara.
Ahankara.
Actually, the actual original word is aham kara.
It's a Mac.
From aham kara only ahankara comes. Aham kara. Aham. I. Kara. Doing. I am doing. I am the doer. ఎవడరా చేసేది నేను రా చేసేది నేను టాప్ ర్యాంక్ వచ్చింది నేను కష్టపడ్డా నేను రాత్రి పగళ్ళు కష్టపడి స్వయం కృషితో నేను తెచ్చుకున్నా ఐఎమ్ కరా ఐఎమ్ సెల్ఫ్ మేడ్ మ్యాన్ సో డూ యూ రియలీ ఫీల్ దట్ యు ఆర్ సెల్ఫ్ మేడ్ ఈజ్ ఎనీవన్ హియర్ థింకింగ్ దట్ वी आर सेल्फ मेड क्यों प्रभु जी इस सेशन में आया तो आई शुड नॉट से लाइक दैट am I right? इस स्पिरिचुअल सेशन में आए हैं तो आई थिंक आई शुड नॉट टेल लाइक दैट गॉड कर रहा है no sincerely when I no offense intended okay you can tell see this is the session where we need to open up without any hesitation even if anything things are there we can correct ourselves no don't worry actually even I was also of that I came from that journey only I was a school topper in mathematics nenu shabash I was the first guy in my entire department to go to UK. Still in Hyderabad Infosys CCD, that is Computers and Communication Department, for the last 10 years, I was the first guy to go to the UK. I was the first guy in my department to get promoted to senior position. I performed the country head responsibility. कितना फील आता है ना किक्के వేరే అసలు నేను అంటుంటే అసలు అలా తెలియని ఫీల్ ఉంటుంది ఫీల్ కథ వేరు ఉంటుంది సో దట్ ఈస్ ఇట్ కన్సిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఫాల్స్ ఈగో ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అండ్ మైండ్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అండ్ మైండ్ సో ఫాల్స్ ఈగో మీన్స్ అహంకర ద యాటిట్యూడ్ ఆఫ్ ఐ ఆమ్ ద డూవర్ that attitude see Prabhuji some Mataji's when we see our body it's very difficult for a non-spiritual person to think like that but if somebody if they are little inclined we can see similar to a rocket when rocket gets launched how it launches has anyone seen rocket getting launched how does it launch first it goes then slowly one part of it comes down then rest of the other part will go then other part comes down finally the satellite is put it in an orbit so like that it goes in one shape but it get dismantled into 4 to 5 shapes so 4 to 5 objects similarly if you carefully observe our body right I have only mentioned 5 3 8 there are around 16 more elements which I'm going to point it out but we need to understand in solace or in individually when you're sitting right false ego think what is false ego what is intelligence and what is mind is the storage of our desires माया प्रभु सेशन को लेट आए बोले तो 10 मिनट पहले जेनिथ के अंदर एंटर होते वक्त प्रभु व्हाट कार यू हैव प्रभु व्हाट कार यू हैव मारुति ब्रदर now while he is coming from Maruti Brezza he has seen Audi car coming Audi or BMW which one is BMW is more costlier BMW he has seen BMW ये BMW वाला मेरे को नहीं है that's it वो desire when it forms this desire BMW नहीं है माता जी बाजू में कोई नेबर एक बड़ा नेकलेस लिया ये नेकलेस मेरे पास होता तो कितना अच्छा होता so all these desires right that get stored in mind that mind is a storage of all our desires false ego ahankara is a propensity within us which says that I am the doer intelligence is something which says that అరే నువ్వు ఆలోచించే తప్పరా సరైన మార్గం అదిరా కరెక్ట్ ఇది చేయాలరా లేదమ్మా ఇది అడ్జస్ట్ అయిపోతుంది ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ సేస్ లైక్ దట్ no if you carefully observe our body and it doesn't happen in a group when you carefully observe your body all these things happen in our body similar to rocket gets dismantled into 5 to 6 objects similarly all these things happen in our body apart from this 8 we do have modes of material nature each and every person have all these 3 modes goodness passion and ignorance I don't want to dwell into that rajoguna sattoguna and tamoguna I think already we have discussed about that also we have all these 3 gunas we have next remaining 5 knowledge acquiring senses eyes ears nose tongue and skin these are the knowledge acquiring senses right How will you acquire knowledge through all these 5? Others, give example. For
I
eyes.
used to see the bird, ears to hear the teacher, nose, tongue,
Nose. Prasadam is getting cooked in your house.
tongue
Yes.
to question.
Tongue to question. Wonderful. Shabash. Tongue to question. Huh? Similarly. Huh? Skin to touch. Gomata. Milk you can touch. Curd you can touch and eat, right? But how smooth it is. Actually, of course, my grandma, she used to, early in the morning at 5 a.m, she used to chilikify this curd. And she used to prepare venna. That venna, she, not on that day, that all the venna she prepares on it every day, right? She used to put it in a pot and hang it in a, this thing, a rope. So that cats or anything, no one used to come. So that used to be done in my village. So that venna, I don't know how many of you have seen. Butter. Venna, we will prepare every day. Do you like venna? You like? Have you eaten venna? Wonderful. I like. It somehow my kids don't like, but I like migada and venna very much. So the thing is skin that is touch, and even with that touch, lot of things happen. So these are the 5 knowledge acquiring senses. Another is working senses. Working senses are read. Advika, what are the working senses? Rihan, please read. No, what are the working senses? Read. You read. Here it is. No, he will read. I want you to read. Rihan, better. इधर पढ़ो ना. नहीं है? इधर है. Okay, you read.
Voice, legs, hands, anus, and
Genitals. Yes. So okay, these are the working senses. Now, this is the last set, that is the objects of the senses. That is smell, taste, form, touch and sound. All these 24 elements are there within us. Do you feel anything else is there apart from this? Okay, these are the entire elements, 24 elements what we have within our body. It's called the field of activity. So when I say the field of activity or kshetram, that kshetram consists of all. It is similar to the farmland of his Tataya. Parent amma? Nee peru? Sai? Sai. I will take Sai. Sai's grandfather has a farmland, and the elements of his farm, Tataya's farm, are black soil. There are black soil, red soil. There are a lot of soils. Probably his Tataya's farmland is having a red soil. And for red soil, water is needed. Red soil, water, and even sometimes for that red soil, we need to see the granularity and texture of the soil also. There are a lot of parameters.
Should add pesticides.
Pesticides, but we never use pesticide. We use
Manure.
Natural manure. We never use.
By digging pits and keeping the vegetable pits and other waste.
Perfect. I love you, Sai. Exam knowledge is coming out, I think. No, actually इसको बेचारे को क्या करता है, एग्जाम में पूछा नहीं होगा, हाँ तो अभी बोल रहा है, गलती क्या है? Okay, so now this interactions, representations in the field of activity of the 5 great elements: desire, hatred, happiness and distress. Interactions, representations in the field of activity of the 5 great elements are desire, hatred, happiness and distress. Now, there are 6 changes happening in the field of activity. Am I right? Field, when any seeds are sown, what changes happen? First, seeds are sown. After some time, one thing, sprout comes, and after some time, harvest happens. After some time, seeds come out of that harvest. Then, like that, as the farming land has different phases, similarly our body also. The body is born. These 6 changes happen. The body is born. It grows to childhood, teenage, and it stays at some time till teenage to 24, 25 years or 30 years. It stays for some time. Strong, heavy, this thing. And then it produces byproducts. When I say it produces byproducts, it produces offsprings, kids. Kids take birth from the body. Then it begins to decay. Then it gets decayed, old age. old age आ जाता है, and at last it vanishes. That is the nature of the body. 6 changes happens in the field of activity in our body. Am I clear? Is there any change which is missing? Is there any change which is missing? Now you can correlate everyone here. Everyone belongs to some stage here. Okay, probably Advika, his body is born. It grows. Adarsh, Sai, Rehan, everyone is growing, and it stays. Probably I don't know. What's the good name, beta?
Karthik.
Karthik. Karthik is, you came alone, beta, or you came along with your parents? Where are they? Oh, Deepa, sorry, I didn't realize. I'm really sorry, I didn't realize. Okay, so probably Karthik is in a stage, it stays. Probably this youth, this strength, everything will stay for some years, for probably 10 or 15 years. So probably you are, how many years old? 14. So teenage. So he will be strong, stay strong in another 10, 14 years. Then after 14, 15 years, he'll get married. I'm sorry, I'm taking 14, 15, 28 बढ़ा दिया है. If you are planning to marry early also, I don't have any issue. Okay. So after he gets married, he will have children. So probably, all of us, we produce byproducts. Then it becomes to decay. Now, yesterday we were making a sofa. We got a sofa. And a big mattress has come from Amazon. It has come, and my kid was challenging. I will lift it and put it into the bed like that. He was saying. Then he could not lift. Then I told, you are not able to. Then you can't challenge me, or I will do it. Then I challenged. Then I was easily able to do it some days back. But yesterday it was really tough for me. Till now my hand is aching. So that charm is not there. 5 years back, whatever the strength I was having, I'm not having. I'm becoming old. So then it begins to decay, and at last it vanishes. That is the nature. You can't stop it. Right? That is the nature. So 6 changes in the field of activity. So subordinate knower of the field is individual soul. So only individual soul is the Kshetrajna who will be knowing about only its body. Now, supreme knower of the field is supreme soul. That is Kshetragnam. Kshetragnam. He is the supreme knower. Means he would be knowing the field of activity of all the bodies, not only all the humans, but also ant, and also pig, any living entity. Supreme knower, Paramatma, would be knowing about its body. Now, supreme knowers and subordinate knower, what is the difference? As stated in the Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahma Pucham Pratishtha, there are 5 stages of Brahman realization. I think already we have discussed. I don't want to dwell into it. Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha. Okay, each kid should read one line. Come on. Annamaya. Who will read? Rehan, you have to be prepared. You have to read one line for sure. Please. Annamaya. You read, no? Annamaya. Okay, you can read, right?
Yes.
What? Rehan, see, I know your name only. I don't know your sister name. Mehak. That's what. Her name is Mehak. I know for sure he will read. She will read. But यार प्लीज ना, मेरे को तेरी सिस्टर का नाम ही याद नहीं है, तेरा नाम याद है. प्लीज एक बार रीड कर देना. अन्नमय. Come on. There it is. Read, no? Okay. Well, that's okay. No, I know you will read. I know. Okay. Mehak, Annamaya read karo na.
Annamaya, dependence upon food for existence. This is a materialistic realization of the Supreme.
What does it mean? थोड़ा 10 सेकंड सोचो. whatever you read, try to think. Don't no worries. अगर आप समझे या नहीं, don't worry. कुछ समझ में आया इस लाइन के बारे में?
It gives us strength for.
Very enthusiastic. Really. Think about it. No hurry, no tension. कोई punishment नहीं दे रहा है. But कुछ समझ में आया तो कुछ भी समझ में आया तो बोलो. Karthik, you also read, no? If she is not able to tell, you have to tell. वो first वाला. Come on. So dependence upon food for existence, right? अपन exist करने के लिए food तो खाना है ना, right? बिना food के आप exist कर पाओगे? क्या एक दिन बिना food के रह पाओगे आप? एक दिन रह पाओगे? 2 दिन? रह नहीं पाओगे ना. So that's what it is saying. Dependence upon food for existence. This is a materialistic realization of the supreme. Means food ही हमको हमारा देवता है. अगर food नहीं है तो मेरा existence ही नहीं है. Always food के बारे में सोचेगा वो. Food नहीं है तो कुछ भी नहीं है. That is the consciousness. That's what it is talked about Annamaya. Now Pranamaya. Sai.
Pranamaya. After using the supreme absolute truth in food, when one can release the absolute truth in the living symptoms or life forms.
Okay. Can you read little slow, please?
Pranamaya, after releasing the supreme absolute truth in food, one can release the absolute truth in the living symptoms or life forms.
What does it mean? కూర్చో పర్లేదు కూర్చో.
మాము ఫుడ్ తిన్న తర్వాత మాకు చేంజెస్ అనిపిస్తుంది. డిఫరెంట్ ఒక ఫుడ్ తింటే ఒక సింటమ్స్ వస్తాయి, ఇంకో ఫుడ్ తింటే ఇంకో సింటమ్స్.
Okay. So basically the point is, after realizing the supreme absolute truth in food, one can realize the absolute truth in the living symptoms of life forms. So he is more concerned about his life. I think already I took an example. I don't want to dwell into that example again, but it's mainly consciousness of our existence. We need to live somehow. Not about food, but after even having a food, sometimes आपको मेरे को जिंदा रहना है पहले. जिंदा रहना is the most priority. That's the consciousness in Pranamaya. Now Jnanamaya. Kritika, come on. Shout.
Realization extends beyond the living symptoms to the point of thinking,
Feeling. Yeah, that's right. So realization extends beyond the living symptoms to the point of thinking, feeling and willing. So there is a thought process beyond our life also sometimes. Okay. Now Adarsh.
Brahman realization, in which the living entity's mind and life symptoms are distinguished from the living entity himself.
So here is the point where you think you will become more spiritual. You will try to think the subjects beyond our existence. There are some things, or Brahma, God, who am I? Who is God? Does God really exist? That kind of questioning exists, and our spiritual journey officially starts from that point. That is Vijnanamaya. Now Advika. I know it's very tough one for you, but try. Can you read? I think it's very difficult, right? No, that's okay. Who else? Can you read? Can you read? Do you know? Can I try? No? Fifth one.
Realization.
The all visible nature, which are called Brahma, which are out of these the first three.
Yeah, good. Very good. So realization of the all blissful nature. So all the sannyasis are in that mode, blissful stage. In whatever the age. Have you seen? I don't know how many of you have really been exposed to sannyasis. Have you seen any sannyasis? Whatever the age they may be in, they appear very blissful, right? I mean, I don't know if. Luckily, in the last 7 years of my KC journey, I have never been exposed prior to 7 years sannyasis. It's not that I was an atheist before. Somehow, every Saturday, my mother used to tell, go to temple. But otherwise, I don't have much exposure. But last 7 years, I have been seeing really 70, 80 years old sannyasis. I mean, they really look very blissful. In the face itself, the glow would be, you will be able to see it. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to get into here this much. Anyway, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Jnanamaya involves the fields of activities of the living entities. So, whatever the fields of activity we are talking about, see, whatever 24 elements we have seen, you need to understand with three things. Mathematics, how many of you know permutations and combinations? Have you heard of this term, permutations and combinations? Yes. With three things, how many permutations and combinations we can make? With three things. There is a formula. 9, right? So similar, 9, yeah. So 9 we let us assume. Now with 24, how many you can make? Permutation combination, see, it will be running into lakhs. So we can understand that in society there are a lot of people with lot of attitudes. Of course, being in this forum, you might not have seen the worst. I mean, it doesn't mean that I have seen worst, because owing to my dad being a deputy superintendent of police, I have been in police department with variety of people coming into the police station. At least I have a little bit exposure of what kind of people come, how they talk, what kind of thing they have. Cheppamma. కూర్చో.
నేను నా ఫ్రెండ్ ఒకరు స్కూల్ దా వాళ్ళ టీచర్ ని కన్ను మీద పొడిచా అంట.
కన్ను మీద పొడిచాడు.
1 year సస్పెండ్ చేశా అంట.
బాబు బ్యాడ్ కదా. ఆ అబ్బాయి బ్యాడ్ పొడిచి
నేను మాత్రమే ఆ తాత ఎక్కువ
ఆడలేదు. So you are in good association. You are not in bad association. That's very good. So everyone, all the kids should be in good association, right? Do you know what is good association? Good association. You should associate with good people, good kids, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
You are a good kid, no?
I have good friends.
You have good friends? Very good. Good people will be having good friends only, like you. Okay, so that's what it is. So involve the fields of activities on the living entities. And now this is the stage where transcendental to all these fields of activity is the Supreme Lord, who is called Anandamaya. Transcendental to all these fields of activity is the Supreme Lord, who is called Anandamaya. He is always in 100% blissful. Who is 100% blissful? Krishna, or the Supreme Lord. Can anyone? No one is having a capacity to take the offers what we give. At least we should be always be in a servitorship mode, servant. Anyway, so the Vedanta Sutra also describes the Supreme by saying Anandamayo Bhyasat, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is by nature full of joy. To enjoy his transcendental bliss, he expands into Vijnanamaya, Pranamaya, Gnanamaya and Annamaya. For us, in the field of activities, living entities considered to be the enjoyer and different from him is the Anandamaya. That means that if the living entity decides to enjoy dovetailing himself with the Anandamaya, then he becomes perfect. Please, Prabhujis and Matajis, try to concentrate on what we are seeing here. This is the real picture of Supreme Lord as the supreme knower of the field, the living entity as the subordinate knower, and the nature of the field of activities. One has to search for this truth in the Vedanta Sutra or Brahma Sutra. So to know about God or the Kshetragnam, who is the supreme knower of all the living entities. Finally, people in the Annamaya, Pranamaya and Gnanamaya state of consciousness cannot easily understand that they are soul. Especially those 3 stages, whatever, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Gnanamaya, they will not understand that we are souls. We are only body. They will always try to take the bodily needs more. They prioritize their life in having bodily needs. It doesn't mean that spiritual people don't take care of their body. We should take care of our body. If we take care of our body only, then only we will be able to serve the God, right? మనం ఆరోగ్యంగా లేకపోతే దేవుడికి ఎలా సేవ చేయగలం? మన ఆరోగ్యం కూడా ముఖ్యమే, బట్ దట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ద ప్రయారిటీ. ఓకే, నౌ knowledge of the soul, I think it's always everyone knows soul is indestructible. I think we have seen these slokas in Ghantasala lot of times. Let us try to chant together. Nainam chindanti shastrani nainam dahati pavakaha nachainam kedyanto yapi nachainam kedyantapo न शोषयति मारुतः. Okay, can someone read? Karthik, can you read the translation?
The soul can never be cut to pieces by any weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind.
What is the meaning? Any idea? And you understand? You understood the meaning, right? Do you really believe it? 100%? 100%? Good. Okay. Next one is Natveham jatunasam Natveham neme janadhipa Nachaivana bhavishyamaha Sarve vayamatah param. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. What a hope-giving statement, right, this one? I mean, sometime back when, before coming to KC, the interview జీవితం అంతేనా? నేను 20-30 మా తాతయ్య అయితే ఒక 80-90 ఏళ్లలో పోతాడేమో, నేను ఇంకా 60 ఏళ్లలో పోతానా? అంతేనా నా జీవితం? అంతే, దిస్ ఎండ్ రైట్, డెడ్, కంప్లీట్ శూన్యం. బట్ వాట్ a hope giving statement, we never die actually. I don't know Advika where she was 10 or 15 years back, in which family, what she was doing. Yeah.
But that's the truth, right? So when we take this particular form of our body,
Yes.
we don't realize what was our past.
Yes.
When we leave this body, we don't know what our
Yes.
future is.
Yes.
So whichever form we take,
Yes.
we are only in that particular
Yes.
state of
Yes,
being.
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. But Prabhuji, now adding on top of your statement, so many. Now let me ask, in extension to Sanjeev Prabhu, what he said. Let me ask if you got this question or not. Prabhuji, previous life లో మేము ఏం తప్పులు చేస్తే ఏం తప్పులు చేసామో తెలిస్తే మాకు బెటర్ కదా, బాగుండేది కదా, ఎందుకు దేవుడు ఇలా చేశాడు? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? Do you? How many of you have this question? Raise your hands. Right?
What's the question?
No, the question. Sorry. Okay. The question, I'm really sorry. मैं भूल गया ये रुचिक माता जी इधर है. Really sorry. So the question was actually in extension to what Sanjeev Prabhu was saying. I was saying that is anyone having a question that it would have been good, right? That if we know what kind of mistakes we committed in our past life, if I had known, I will try to correct myself, right? Good that you don't have a question, but a lot of devotees are having a question. But in a way, it's good that we are not. Now assume that okay, I think Mataji lifted. What is your name, Mataji? Amruta Mataji ke piche, yeah. Bhagyalakshmi. So Mataji has lifted the hand. Now just imagine a situation that that Bhagyalakshmi Mataji that she knows what exactly has happened in her past life, and she knows what kind of mistakes she committed. She knows, but if she knows that, she has to even carry the baggage of all the relations what you had, right? Because if you know that, then you should even know what kind of relations you carried with other souls at that in your previous life. Now imagine in front of your flat, the person who is there, he was your husband in your past life, and now he murdered you. I'm just giving an example. He murdered you in your past life. Now daily you see him. Fortunately, he doesn't know that I killed you in your previous life or last life. It's only you know. At some time in lift, who knows, a finger touches and he also get recollects. You don't know. You don't know. So Mataji, Prabhuji and Mataji's, jokes apart, but it is good that we are not knowing the past life. It's very good. You understand the pain there, because there are so many people who know their past lives and ask the trauma what they are going through. There are cases. If you are really interested, I think I read, and even I given an address or a name of a doctor in Bangalore, Chitra Ramachandran, I think. She is a student of Ian Stevenson, who is in Bangalore. She is seeing these cases of reincarnation and rebirth. They are seeing. You ask people, Prabhuji and Mataji, we should inquire. If you are not convinced, if I am saying today, if you are not convinced, you should approach others where you can get the information to know this. So it's good that you are not knowing. If you are knowing, it's hell. It's hell. Yes, Mataji? Yes, that's a blessing, Mataji. That's a blessing. It's really a blessing that we are not knowing. Okay.
But also it is good to forget.
Yes. Good to forget also.
That's best if we forget present.
The second slok it says, right, does it mean that you will be always getting the same body? Like here it's not mentioned that saying you were there earlier and you will be there.
Yes.
So it means you will be having
Soul.
human body.
That soul would be there, not human body, bro. You will be there. He only told about existence of the soul. He didn't say that you will be there in human body only. No. Soul, you will be there. Either as a ant, either as a human, either as a king.
It's not mentioned here, right?
Here it's not mentioned. No. Depending on the karma, depending on the consciousness with which you are dying in the current body, you will be there taking the birth accordingly. If you wanted to fly, అరే నేను కూడా పక్షిలాగా ఈ గాల్లో ఎగితే ఎంత బాగుండు, జీవితం ఎంత బాగుంటుంది, పైనుంచి వ్యూ చాలా బాగుంటుంది అసలు చాలా బాగుంటుంది అని పక్షిలాగా ఉంటుంది. ఎంత వాట్ యూ వాట్ ఫట్ even ఖచ్చితంగా, no doubt. But
But then how do you become, I mean, because you told I think another day that in the animal body,
Yes.
it's a bhoga body. Right?
Yes, yes,
Bhoga
yes,
body.
yes, yes.
So you not be able to reform yourself, right?
No,
How
no,
do
no,
you reform?
no, no. In the animal body, there is no possibility of karma, good karma. अरे animal ने help किया, कितना good karma किया? No. Animal body, they are only burning karma. Only humans are the only people who can burn karma, gain karma. But animals are only burning the karma. Whatever the negative karma they have incurred and got the animal body, they are only burning the karma by living in that body.
We can get human body again after.
Yes, yes, yes,
After they burn completely, they'll get human.
yes. God will give opportunity. God will give opportunity for everyone. But when you are getting human form, you need to take the complete advantage, because in the human form only you can understand what is spirituality, what is soul, what is the goal of life. In animal body, you can't understand the goal of life. Okay? So soul is always moving. So as a person puts a new garment, giving up, in the interest of time, a lot of people have. Soul is Satchitananda. Original nature of soul is Satchitananda. Satchit Ananda, eternal, knowledgeable, blissful. That is the original nature. And with our karma and all, our body is polluted. And they are not 100% accuracy is not there. Okay, Satchit Ananda already we have seen. Body means Asat, Achit, Nirananda. A source of misery. Right? Do you feel so? Body is a source of body is also. When body means Asat, Achit, Nirananda. Prove that body is Asat, Achit, Nirananda. Prove that it is. And Asat, everyone agree. Body is Asat, temporary. Achit, okay. Nirananda. Prove body is Nirananda. Body is Nirananda. Prove. Kya Prabhuji, I am sitting in AC. Wonderful. Body is really feeling very good. Huh? Prove me that body is Nirananda. Amrita.
Everyone will have something, right? Some problem, physical problem.
We are just one report away, Mataji. One report away.
Every person.
Everyone.
You always have something to succeed.
Yes.
Something to
Succeed.
succeed.
Okay. So body is a source of misery, and body, we don't know, Prabhuji and Mataji, as the age goes on, we are just one report away. And, sometimes it's very pathetic situation to be in. Pathetic situation to be in. Luckily, we are able to move. When we don't know at what time what we get. We don't know. Especially with this generation, other thing I already told, 60 years back, at least there was some kind of a sequence that, okay, after 70 to 80 years only people used to die. But now, 40 years people, 42 years people, they're, I don't know, simply. Yeah.
మా డాడీ వాళ్ళ ఫ్రెండ్ చాయ్క్య అని ఒక అంకుల్ ఉంటారు, అతను 35 years కి చచ్చిపోయారు.
Ayyo.
ఇంతకుముందు చచ్చిపోయారు.
Okay. Very bad. So, what it means, education means to know three things. Education means to know three things. What are those three things? What is matter? What is spirit? Who is the controller of both? What is matter? Our body. What is spirit? Which is there within our body. And who is the controller? Prakriti, Jivatma, Paramatma. Anyway, those three are mentioned here, but there is Kala and Karma also. These are the 5 topics. Kala, Karma, Jivatma, Paramatma, and this thing. Actually, there are 3 things eternal. One is Paramatma, another is Bhakti, another is Bhakta. Bhakta, Bhakti, Paramatma anedi Shashwatam. Soul is situated in the heart. Okay. What is the size of a soul? Can anyone say? What is the size of a soul? It is mentioned in. It is not actually 1,000. It is 10,000. 10,000th part of a tip of a hair. Yes. Soul is infinitesimally small. Here it is mentioned. Here it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhyalila that the size of the soul is 1/10,000 the size of the tip of a hair. That is mentioned. Okay. Knowledge of the soul. Soul is inconceivable. Soul does not die. So for the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and he will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. Wow. What a statement. Okay. We never took birth at, we always existed. 5,000 years back when Krishna was there, then also we might have been somewhere, probably me, I was there in some rowdy gang. Not seeing Krishna, some rowdy gang, somewhere, luckily I was, unluckily I was not exposed. We were there, for sure, probably 5,000 to 300 years back, we were there at some part of the world, or some other Brahmanda, who knows. Okay, now this subtle body consists of this thing. When we identify ourselves with gross body, we limit ourselves. When our consciousness with our only body, our thinking limitation is, अरे यार इस body को कैसा comfort देना है, कार चाहिए, घर में झूला चाहिए तो पता पॉश दिखता घर में, तो हमारे घर में झूला भी है, झूला चाहिए, कार चाहिए, अभी तो कार लेके 10 साल हो गया, अभी नया कार लेना है, with rooftop. Yes, పెద్ద AC, మంచి ఫుడ్, పెద్ద ఫ్రిడ్జ్. So like that, subtle body. So when we identify ourselves with gross body, we limit ourselves. When we identify with our subtle body, we become limitless. What does subtle body consist of? As I mentioned, subtle body consists of ego, mind, intelligence, and soul. Ego, mind, intelligence, and soul. Matter is formless. The soul gives the form to the matter, similar to the shirt. Okay, so matter is formless. The soul gives the form to the matter. Matter is dead. Spirit gives life to the matter. And no scientist has formed a live person, a human being. Scientist could not form. Only he can form a robot, which is also being tuned by man, but never a full. I can go on each and every body part. If you know the greatness of each and every body part of us, you will be astonished. Each and every body part. Matter undergoes 6 transformations. I think already we have seen. Take birth, grows, stays, produces offsprings, dwindles, and dies. Okay. Next is knowledge of the body. There are 2 bodies. One is Stula Sharira and another is Sukshma Sharira. The same thing, gross body and subtle body. It doesn't have a gross body and subtle body. Gross body has 5 things. I think already we have discussed. Earth, water, fire, air, and ether. And these are the different aspects. You can go through it. I think there are nothing much to, little bit elaboration on the what already we have discussed. Subtle body consists of mind, intelligence, and false ego. At the time of, this is important, at the time of death, gross body dies, and soul along with the subtle body goes to the next body. When we die, our soul, subtle body travels along with the companions. You know who are the companions, right? Who are the companions? Okay, that is subtle. Anyway, subtle body consists of the same thing: mind, intelligence, and false ego. Apart from that, soul consists of these 3 things. Only that part goes. Gross body remains here. Subtle body goes along with. Okay, karma also. That's right. Companions, either Vishnu Dutas or Yamadutas. Okay. Yeah.
So, Prabhuji, when we say a soul transcends from one body to another,
Yes.
when the person dies, why do we say that the soul still is around for a year before
Yes.
it takes another
That is
form?
mentioned in Garud Puran.
Yes,
Clearly.
Prabhuji.
What happens in each month.
Yes.
13 days.
Yes. 13 days, Prabhu. After 13, anyway, we will discuss in detail. That is the next topic. Very, very interesting topic. I think most of the people will be interested. Secrets of death. Secrets of death. We will elaborately discuss that point. Yes.
Like you said, soul goes in the next body along with mind, intellect,
Yes. 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 Subtle body.
But they don't have the full intelligence what they were having in the previous birth, right?
No, they will be with the current intelligence what they have in this body. That intelligence will be continued. Intelligence, false ego, and mind intelligence and false ego, along with the soul, will be traveling with whatever the current intelligence that body had while leaving the body. That will be there.
So the full whatever
Yes.
they had, they
Yes.
will continue from there.
Yes. Yes, that's right. So anyway, we will elaborately discuss in the next topic, that is secrets of death. What actually triggers death? What actually triggers death? Lot of people think that how a person died. If you ask someone, he says that heart attack uchi poyindu. We will say a person got heart attack and left. But Vedic understanding is he was supposed to die at that time and he got heart attack to die. That is Vedic understanding. It's not that he got a heart attack due to which he died. No. He was supposed to die at that time and heart attack came. That is the Vedic understanding. Okay. So that is why people remember previous lives, because it travels along with this. Okay. Now I think already the Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and is directing the wandering and of all living entities who are seated on a machine made of the material energy. Mukti, finish the subtle material body before giving up the gross body. Finish the subtle material body before giving up the gross body, then you don't need to take another gross body, you can get a spiritual body. It's a little bit advanced, we will discuss in detail in the next session. People can say, I am soul, indestructible, I am eternal, so I am God. No. Sorry, that it's not possible. We have quality of a God, but we are not God. A person can have a godly qualities. By having a godly quality, a person can't become a God. No, he can't become a God. That's a very utter nonsense philosophy which a lot of people around the society are continuing. Nobody can become a God. Now, difference between a soul and super soul. What are they? First one, humans are Jivatmas and God is Paramatma. Already I told, Paramatma is aware of all. Jivatma are us. Infinite. We are infinitesimal. Anu. We are very smaller in front of God. And God is Vibhu, we call infinite. Infinite. You know what? I just take an example. He is full. Purnamidam. आपने वो श्लोका देखा होगा, पढ़ा होगा. I'm not able to recollect the entire श्लोका, but the thing is, when from a complete thing, if a complete is given, still that complete is complete. Confusing? Karthik? Very confusing, no? You know? When a complete is there, if a complete is giving complete to someone, for example, you are having a glass of water and you are giving a glass of water to, entire glass of water to others, then ideally, as per our mental calculation, that glass should be empty, right? No?
That's why it's not complete.
That's what is the mental calculation. But even despite giving that glass of water, that glass would be having full of water. That is God. That is God. Little bit advanced topic. Infinitesimal. And soul is cognizant of one's body, but super soul is cognizant of everyone's body. A loving servitor. Jivatma is a loving servitor and eternally a loving master. Do you like the post of servant? Servant? Do you feel servant post is good? No? Servant post is especially these days, servant means very popular, very costly. Okay, घर में अगर maid नहीं आएगा तो आपका क्या हो जाएगा? अगर कोई maid आके बोल रही है कि अम्मा నేను రేపు రానమ్మా ఇల్లు వస్తావు కదమ్మా, that you ask, the utmost respect. ఏంటి రేపు రావా అని అనరు. Will not come tomorrow, will not say. At least परसों तो आओगे ना. Respect, Prabhu. Have you seen am I talking something impractical? Is it right or not? Especially with both couple working in IT companies. घर क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में, क्या बोलते हैं माता जी? मैं हाउसमेट को काम वाली हाँ काम वाली ओके नौकरानी ओके whatever. So Naukarani means that much important role. Without Naukarani, lot of girls are not stable. Servant role is very important position, Mataji. And servant role is the role where do you feel that servant role you can't enjoy, but servant is the role where you can enjoy. You can enjoy. Shall I prove you? You first of all tell me, you accept this whether the servant role is enjoyable role or not? Actually, when you are a servant, then only you can enjoy. Master can't enjoy. Yes, no, my point is, will you like the position of servant? In general, will you like the position of servant? Okay, let me ask. Okay, leave about in a spiritual consciousness, in a spiritual life, being a servant, being in the position of servant, will you enjoy more, or being a position of master, will you enjoy more?
Servant is tension free.
Huh?
Servant is tension free.
వీడు సర్వెంట్ తెగ వస్తున్నాడు, ఇదే గ్రేట్ అయి ఉంటుంది అనుకుంటున్నాను కదా.
If you are a servant, it's easy. If you are a master, you've got to know a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And you have to deliver correctly.
Yes.
Different sets of responsibility.
You have to-
Marking me,
you have responsibility.
be the example.
You need to be a master, right?
రైట్. యు నో వాట్, మీ నాన్నగారి పేరేంటమ్మా?
Ashok.
అశోక్ ప్రభు. అశోక్, హౌ మెనీ ఆఫ్ యూ నో అశోక్ ప్రభు? లిఫ్ట్ యువర్ హ్యాండ్స్. హౌ మెనీ ఆఫ్ యూ నో అశోక్ ప్రభు? డోంట్ నో అశోక్ ప్రభు? అశోక్ ప్రభు తెలియదా?
He is his father.
Okay, Ashok Prabhu is the person who is sitting there. Sorry, here he is. Okay, here he is. Okay. Now, since Ashok Prabhu is sitting in the middle, I can't take this example. Now, where is okay? Himanshu Prabhu ke Mataji मालूम है आपको? Everyone knows Himanshu Prabhuji's mother. Everyone knows, right? Yes or no? Lift your hands. Everyone knows Himanshu Prabhu's mother. I think Bhagyalakshmi, your name is Bhagyalakshmi. Yeah. So Bhagyalakshmi Mataji को दिखाओ, who is Himanshu Prabhuji's mother? दिखाया? Now you are clear, Mataji? You know that, right? Now, everyone for 10 seconds see Himanshu Prabhu's mother. 10 seconds. No, seriously. See everyone. For 10 seconds you have to see her. Done? माताजी कैसे लगा आपको? माताजी बोलिए ना. माताजी बोलिए ना, कैसे लगा? Were you comfortable? Comfortable. Generally no, Prabhuji's Mataji's. The point what I'm trying to convey is only master can take the attention. Servant can't take the attention. Generally people are not comfortable when everyone is seeing one person, they are not comfortable. Only God is a personality who can take the offerings or who can take the attention also. So being in a servant position is always good. When we serve in a mode of servant with the same consciousness if you are having, because we have to be servant in the permanent abode where we are planning to go. The goal of our life is to become the servant of the Lord. So that consciousness we need to imbibe from here itself. So that's what I am saying. A Jivatma is a loving servitor and eternally a loving master. And he is the only personality who can take all the attention with utmost smile, utmost akarshayati Krishna. With utmost attraction, utmost smile, everyone seeing, only he can do it. He can take the attention. No one, only 10 seconds. Now think about seeing Mataji for 1 hour. How it will be? अब छोड़ मैं नहीं आती, मैं महेश प्रभु के क्लास में नहीं आती करके हिमांशु प्रभु से झगड़ा करेंगे माताजी हिटेंगे. So that's the difference between a servitor and master, that is Jivatma and Paramatma. Okay, so we can never become God. God is God. God does not become God. Anyone who plans to merge in God to become God becomes dog. वो माताजी याद आ रही मुझे, प्रियंका माताजी याद आ रही. Okay, so yeah. So now spiritual world self-realization to realize, I think Krishna is God, the creator of both the spiritual and material worlds. Aham sarvasva prabhavo matta sarvam pravartati iti matva bhadante ma buddha bhava samanvita. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise and perfect and know this engage in my devotion service and worship me with all their hearts. No one in this cosmic energy, any god or any demigod has the guts to say this. I am the God. Even Lord Shiva, he never said that I am the God. But Lord Shiva is the father of material world. Only Krishna has the... And what is wrong in it? Some people, when we see the statement, no, Krishna कितना गर्वी है, कितना proud है. Anand Prabhu, how will you introduce yourself, Prabhu? Who are you? Tell about yourself, Anand Prabhu, Ashok Prabhu. Yes. Please introduce yourself in 2 lines. 2 lines. Ashok, second line.
I am his father.
What do you do?
Software engineer.
What do you do? What you are?
I am a software engineer.
Software engineer. Okay, that's good. एग्जाम्पल ज़्यादा सूट नहीं हो रहा है. Now let me ask Sanjeev bro. No, let me ask Deepak bro. Come on. Who are you? What do you do?
Yeah, my name is Deepak.
Huh.
I'm software engineer again.
You are also engineer only. कोई मैनेजर नहीं है क्या? Sanjeev bro, I think you are HR manager, right? No, I think I know. Next CTO. Sorry, Mataji, who are you? షీజ్ మేనేజర్ అంట. ఎంత ప్రౌడో చూసారా, ఎంత గర్వం చూసారు మేనేజర్ అని చెప్తుంటే ఆవిడ. షీజ్ మేనేజర్. सी रुचि माता जी कितना प्राइड है ना, मैं मैनेजर है, मैनेजर करके बोल रही है, राइट? दैट्स हाउ. See, if someone is telling it, I am asking, she is telling, right? So what is wrong in it? So Krishna is saying, who are you? I am saying, I am the father of spiritual and material worlds. What is the pride in it? He is telling his identity. Has any god in any scriptures has told that I am the god? Lord Shiva, yesterday was Mahashivratri. We celebrated Mahashivratri in Bhakti Center. We sang Lord Shiva bhajans. So I have been given an opportunity to sing Shiva bhajans. Namah Om Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, Har Har Bhuli, Namah Shivaya. We are not against Lord Shiva. He is Vaishnavanam Yadha Shambho. Best among the Vaishnavas, right? So it's not a statement of pride. It's a क्या करें, सिचुएशन ऐसा है, इसको बताना है. अगर मैं बताने से ही मेरा माटा का थोड़ा वैल्यू होता ना, मेरे वर्ड्स का वैल्यू होता ना. अगर if I don't say that I am manager, people will not listen. If I say engineer and I give bhashan to managers, they will listen, they will not listen. Okay? So I am soul and I am part of super soul Krishna and I belong to him. So yeah, I think already we have seen this. Savai pumsam yado paro dharma, that's what I forgot. Savai pumsam paro dharma yado bhaktir adoshkade ahituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. The supreme occupation dharma for all humanity is that by which men can attain the loving devotional service unto the transcendental loving Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. That is the ultimate. It doesn't mean that you should not perform father duty, mother duty, grandfather duty, grandmother duty, daughter duty, son duty. No, you should perform. But when compared to all other duties, ultimate is bhakti, serving the Supreme Lord. Okay? Now last slide. I know I am soul. Am I self-realized now? Did you understand? Are we souls? Are we souls? Yes? जोर से बोलो ना. Yes. Now I am soul and I am self-realized. Am I self-realized now? इतना पता होने के बाद भी क्या होता है ना, there is a story. I think kids might like it. Kids, carefully listen. Rihan, बाद में. I know you are getting headache. Okay, story. ये story ठीक तरह सुनो. There were group of birds who when met a sage and asked for instructions. There are a group of birds, they have asked for instructions from a sage. Then sage has given an instruction or a mantra. What is that mantra? शिकारी आएगा, जाल भिजाएगा, दाना डालेगा, लोभ में से उसमें फंसना नहीं. Can you read? Only the mantra.
शिकारी आएगा, जाल बिछाएगा, दाना डालेगा, लोभ में से उसमें फंसना नहीं.
You know the meaning? You know the meaning, right? Good. Karthik, तेरा पढ़ो ना.
शिकारी आएगा, जाल बिछाएगा, दाना डालेगा, लोभ में से उसमें फंसना नहीं.
Come on. తెలుగులో చెప్పాలంటే బూచోడు వస్తాడు, నీకు వల వేస్తాడు, గింజలు వేస్తాడు, దయచేసి అందులో పడి దుబ్బించుకోమాకండి. ఐ డోంట్ నో హౌ డస్ ఇట్ కన్వే. వేటగాడు. ఓకే, బూచోడు వస్తాడు, వల వేస్తాడు, దానా వేస్తాడు, దయచేసి అందులో పడమాకండి. బూచోడు వస్తాడు, బూచోడు వస్తాడు, కుచ్చు అదే కుచ్చు, బూచోడు వస్తాడు, కుచ్చు వేస్తాడు, దానా వేస్తాడు, దయచేసి అందులో పడమాకండి. అది మంత్రం. ఇది మంత్రం బాగా యూ లెర్న్ దిస్ మంత్ర అండ్ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ దిస్ మంత్ర करके the sage tells all these birds. Then they utter the same thing. शिकारी आएगा, जाल बिछाएगा, दाना डालेगा, लोग में उसमें फंसने. अప్పుడే शिकारी వస్తాడు. Then the shikari comes and put the jal and they come into the jal and they eat the dana and they say शिकारी आएगा, जाल बिछाएगा, दाना डालेगा, लोग में उसमें फंसना नहीं. Now after they getting caught and he takes the trap and takes all the birds and while going also शिकारी आएगा, जाल बिछाएगा, दाना डालेगा, लोग में उसमें फंसना नहीं. And then he takes that wala to their house and removes that wala and traps them in a cage, and in that cage also शिकारी आएगा, जाल बिछाएगा, दाना डालेगा, लोग में उसमें फंसना नहीं. That's the situation currently what we are in. No, it is a funny story, but if we seriously think, there is lot of things to contemplate on or introspect on. This knowledge, being born in India, this knowledge is there everywhere. But are we seriously thinking of implementing it in our life? Okay. They memorized the mantra and then went and sat on the net kept by the farmer or hunter. While he was taking the net home, birds were still saying the same mantra. What mantra? The same mantra. So we actually in this world our position is just like the polishing a bird cage without feeding the bird within. In this allegory, the cage represents the body and the bird the soul. So we are only interested in na cage enta baagundo, enta bangaram undo, enta soft undo, how wonderfully my cage beautifully is located, but we are not feeding the parrot inside. Similarly, we are in bangla, we are in AC, we are in car, we are in this thing, we are in that thing, we'll go to that place, this place, all material comforts we are more thinking about, but not concentrating on the soul, what exactly it wants. But actually people are not interested. What soul wants, body. So that's it. So that's last one. Kalayar dosha nidaya rajan asti hev eko mahan guna kirtanada eva krishnasya mukta bandha param praje. My dear king, this is in Srimad Bhagavatam. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. It is that simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. That is, no other yuga has this benediction. Actually, in other yugas we are having lot of things. You know what? One strange thing I will tell. In other yugas, if we think negatively about others also, there was a negative karma. But in Kali Yuga, luckily, even if I think about negative about someone, you will not have negative karma. Only if you do, you will get negative karma. So are we in a better situation or not? Actually, if I go out and if we reveal what we think in public, ఇలాంటి వాడు మా సత్సంగకి వచ్చాడా అని అనుకుంటాము. No. Yeah, in Kali Yuga, that is the benediction. In Kali Yuga, even if you think, because it doesn't mean that you should think negatively. It doesn't give a liberty to think that you should think negatively. But if you keep on thinking negatively, at some time it might become an action also. We should not encourage. But luckily, if you think negatively, it will not become a sin or it is not a negative karma. But it's not ideal to think, because once you keep thinking, it might become an action one day.
And also, like, negative thinking is harmful for the person.
Yes. It's not encouraged, Mati. It's not encouraged, but I'm saying about the good quality of Kali Yuga.
Quality has been degraded.
That much degraded कि एटलीस्ट अभी तो थोड़ा सोचो, भगवान का रियलाइजेशन जब सोचो, हरिनाम जप करो, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. If you are not chanting, chant at least one round, Prabhuji. One round with faith. Okay? Yeah, that's it. I think we are done. So I think this is a famous pastime with Prabhupada. What happened? When Prabhupada was asking, chant, one old lady said, can't. So let us not be in that situation. He was preaching the Western people. We being in India, we should think about Harinam. Holy names we should utter. Okay? So that's it. Any other questions you have? Anyone has? And next session we are just thinking, yes, madam. Mataji, why some people only remember past karma? Mataji, to give an opportunity to the soul that he can come to the right path, Mataji. That's an opportunity. And we should not pray for sometimes, Mataji. We should not sometimes, I don't know if it is related or not, we should not pray that we should be with Krishna lotus feet. We are not eligible for Krishna lotus. Some people might be kissing Krishna's murti. Some people might be kissing, but it's not that it is offensive. But sometimes when we don't know the God's greatness, sometimes we are not eligible for even being at the Krishna's feet also. We should aspire for being at the feet of Krishna's devotees. Dasa. Gopi Padakamalam Dasanu Das. It is said. So always be in a state of servant only. You can't bear sometimes. That's why even though with big sannyasis Maharaj's come, no, we don't try to take too much association. Sometimes it's very difficult, Madhi, because we don't know sometimes with our conditioning of material life, we might be thinking it is very casual. But sometimes we might give an opportunity for may offend them. Now coming to your point, yes, Mataji, we should not opt for that. But if that opportunity is given for a person that he is remembering the past life, it is an indication by the God that yes, you might have done something, but it is an opportunity. Now you got the knowledge right. You should come to a right path. You should divert. That is only opportunity he is giving. But still, there are some people, and I'm sure, Mataji, once that they get this taste right, they remember. Usually 90% of the time they will become devotees, Mataji. They will become devotees. I personally seen, I think I already quoted the example of Karun Radhika Mataji, who was working as a child cardiologist in Apollo. Right now she shifted to care her husband. I think I already took an example. He was declared dead in hospital. And after 6 hours of declaring dead, he came alive. And he was kind of an atheist before that. And after he got that second chance, he's full-time devotee. In Sakhi Sangha and all, my wife, they go, and I also sometimes go there, and I meet him also sometimes. But if that opportunity is given, that opportunity is given by God to become devotee full-time. Same with Ajamil. But there are a lot of practical cases now. I hope I answered your question. That's the opportunity given by God to become full-time devoted to God. Any other questions? Okay, no questions? Yeah. So the thing is, I think I can stop it.